static matter, dynamic activity, strategic existence, all these three has no boundary. You are one with it. You are alive in everything. Everything listens to you. Everything decides as you want.
What is power manifestation? Power manifestation, everything decides as we want, manifesting our reality as we want. The cognitive shift from what we understand as the materialistic world to the conscious space, the quantum space, how we can live as frequency, as Brahman, as spirit, the higher reality. Paramashiva is real, manifesting that in our microcosm, in our brain, as consciousness. It's a science because millions have experienced that, and each one of us can experience that. Science of our manifestation is authentic, time-tested, scientific, and foolproof. The pramanas, the evidences that are given here to give a cognitive shift for us to understand the greater reality. For the power of experiencing the etheric body appearing in dream or in multiple places. The Pramanas, the Shastra Pramana, the eternal unchangeable truth revealed in the source scriptures, the Vedas and the Agamas. The results of Aptas. Who are the Aptas? Aptas are the Rishis, Munis, Ganas, Nainamas, Alvars, Siddhas, Rishis, Rishikas, Devas, Devatas, Yoginis, Yogis. Millions of them who are the authority of Hinduism, who have manifested all the powers of Paramashiva, which is authentic, time-tested, scientific, and foolproof. Atma Pramana, account of His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, this millennium's avatar's personal experience of power manifestation. Bhagavan's very own Leela to showcase how a cognitive shift can manifest as powers. Shakshi Pramana, the experience of millions of devotee, disciple, followers all around the world, manifesting the powers of Paramashiva. Pratyaksha Pramana, the scientific study, measuring the effect of being in the enlightened state. Bhagavan Paramashiva has clearly said how we can experience the higher reality. The Paramashiva is real in reflecting in our brain as the microcosm, experiencing the higher dimension, the frequency, the spirit consciousness that we are. And this is scientifically trying to map into the science. Science is still catching up, but all what is documented is there in the Avatar Shastra. The Pramanas for the power of experiencing the etheric body and appearing in multiple places. The Shastra Pramana is from Shiva Samhita 5.47 Panchama Patala by Ishvara.
तिष्ठन् गच्छन् स्वपन् भुञ्जन् ध्यायेत् शून्यमहर्निशम् तथाकाशमयो योगी चिताकाशे विलीयते तिष्ठन् गच्छन् स्वपन् भुञ्जन् ध्यायेत् शून्यमहर्निशम् तथाकाशमयो योगी चिताकाशे विलीयते.
Bhagavan Paramashiva beautifully says, he who contemplates on the space of infinity, who has no other existence, walking, talking, standing, dreaming, waking, walking, become completely etheric and is completely absorbed in the Chitta Shakti, the etheric inner space. Bhagavan Paramashiva has beautifully given us the higher cognition, the Katakasha, Chittakasha, and Mahakasha. How, when the sun reflects in a pot of water, if the pot decides that it is conscious, it is the identity and starts functioning, it can hold water. That's it. It's a limited cognition. But if you understand, you are not just the pot, you are the reflection, the light which is reflecting in you as in the pot and outside the pot is one and the same. When the pot breaks, you simply know that everything that is there is just reflecting in the water. Same way Bhagavan says, the reflection of the superconsciousness, which is the space, which is reflecting in your brain as your reality. When you experience the oneness, you can experience that you are not just the matter, Kata Akasha, but you are also the Chitta Akasha, where you are the consciousness reflecting from the superconsciousness into your brain. How you can understand how, when you go to a river, you can get a cup of water, or you can get the tank, but you have to do it. When you are and drop all the differentiating notions, here he says, who contemplates on the space of infinity. When you drop the outer world and you understand you are the space of infinity, Paramashiva, when you contemplate how that reflects in you and how this reality is experienced, if the pot is not experiencing it, if the water is not experiencing it, then what is that which is the reflection which is happening in it? What is that which is happening? The very Leela, when we understand the space of infinity, how we exist as frequency, as quantum, as string theory, as neuroelasticity happens in our brain, to the fine grooves of our brain. Bhagavan says, when you take the Haritaki, not just the laxative part, but it opens the fine grooves of the brain, which reflects the jnana, the higher reality, into your brain. And then when you have the vairagya, the will persistence, getting down to get things done, the will, the strategic will, how Bhagavan said, Prahalada, Nachiketa, who Nachiketa did not eat for 2 days. Dhruva, who did not eat nor breathe nor drink, and he just decided that Vishnu is real and he is going to experience Vishnu in physical reality. And simply Vishnu came down. When you get integrated beyond your basic needs, you understand you are consciousness. You are not just the body. You are consciousness, and you attest on that and integrate on that at any cost. If you stand by that, simply you can shake the lokas, and anything you want has to appear in front of you and has to happen as your reality. The integrity to higher reality brings all the auspiciousness. Prahlada, just by pointing his little finger, he has to make a pillar pregnant, and simply the avatar has to jump out of a pillar, not slowly but instantaneously. That is what here it says. Instantaneously you can experience the Chitakasha, the Mahakasha. And you are Paramashiva, you are experiencing, you're not just the pot, you are the consciousness, but still you're looking from the pot, that the space, instead of breaking the pot and looking at everything as one. When you become the Mahakasha, you become everything as one. And Bhagavan beautifully says, if you understand that how you are in the free will, when you understand you are the consciousness, you are the reality, you are the creator, you are Paramashiva, Parashakti, and you can experience any reality. Bhagavan beautifully says how in this deep sleep to the dream, it's called dream enlightenment. From the dream, the waking state, waking enlightenment. From the waking, you get into the awakened state, Turiya state, awakened enlightenment. And when Bhagavan initiates you into the fourth force and you're ready to receive because you're in the third force, you become the living enlightenment. All this great science is given to us again and again to have the powerful space. You are the Brahmanya Bahuputratam. You are the consciousness. You are the Paramashiva. And that is real, irrespective of what is happening in your life. Whatever is going on, the fear and the greed which is creating as your reality, the thoughts which are, each of your thoughts are becoming reality. When you hold Paramashiva as your reality, simply all the auspiciousness and abundance becomes your reality. Whatever you are cherishing, that becomes your reality. The great Mahatmas have in Apta Pramana for appearing in multiple places in dreams. Mahapariva, Trilinga Swami, Sai Baba, Ramakrishna Paramamsar, Ramana Maharshi, all of them have beautifully manifested in so many disciple devotees, giving them instruction and even following up in the physical reality whether the instruction was carried on and whether it was successful. And so beautiful here, one of the devotees he wanted to see, and not only he appeared in his dream and told him to come, but also told one of the person to go and give him the horse, even did the mind reading to find out what was missing, how he is not able to come, and made sure he has to come. So beautiful. Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, one of his disciples, did not come back, but he had few coins for himself. And when he poked him by saying that he has to come and return that, how can he have the coins which belong to him? Simply the devotee came running. But when he came, he simply melted into Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. All this, all the Mahatmas have given the instruction in the dream, and simply when they come, they know that it is reality. When you see the avatars in your dream with the color, and if you can feel it in all 5 dimensions, not just the length, breadth, depth, but the 5 dimensions, all your 5 senses can experience it. It is darshan. All the greater signs that all of them have given us to understand how we can experience our higher reality. We might be lying down in a bed, but we are appearing in somebody's dream. We are appearing in our dream mostly every single day. How is that possible? Bhagavan here clearly shows that how he appeared in Trishul Adinam. You can see his shadow merging in others' shadow, and somebody standing there also. It proves that how the photograph was so real. Even though he was not physically there, he was in the Pada Puja that you can see. He was getting ready and coming to the Pada Puja in Adi Kailash. But he appeared in the Trishul Adinam in the yoga place where they were doing yoga, morning PVK yoga. So all this, how did it happen? And this has appeared many times. Even in Adi Kailash, when he is in Kailash, Mahakailash, he is appearing in Adi Kailash physically, and where his padukas are worshipped at the beginning of the door in the welcome center. How it happens many times and how these people perceive it, and many times even photographed. It is quite possible when Trilanga Swami, just 200 years back, when they Britishers arrested him and put him in jail, when they came out of the jail and they saw him standing out there. And when they went to the ashram, they saw him standing in the ashram. They did not understand how he can appear in the 3 places. But it is the reality how these Siddhas lived and manifested all the powers of Paramashiva. And all of us can experience all the powers of Paramashiva because Paramashiva himself in the courtyard making us understand we can manifest all this greater reality, greater science. Now today we are going to experience the oneness with Paramashiva and manifest this reality of appearing in multiple places. How do we do that? All that we need to do is only write in a piece of paper and keep it where we are going to appear, in whose place we are going to appear, and simply ask that person and tell the person, I'm going to come in a dream or appear somewhere, and after some time I'll call you up and find out if you have experienced me in any place that you can tell what I'm doing and what I'm wearing, and simply I know that my appearing in that place have been really experienced by you. So please call your partner and tell them to give you the details of what they are experiencing. If they don't experience anything, they can just say nothing happened. But if they are in oneness with Paramashiva, when you connect yourself and them in Paramashiva space, you can appear in multiple places and it simply becomes reality. The Tiruvannamalai temple, Ammaniyamman Gopuram, how was it built? The Ammaniyamman was a poor child and young woman. She went to the Mysore Maharaja because she did not have money to complete the Gopuram. And they did not allow her because she was so poor, and what can she do in a court, king's court? And simply in the court also she appeared because Bhagavan Devi herself has come down as Ammaniyamman. So she appeared. The Mysore Maharaja said, how did you enter? She said, I did not enter. I am also there. Maharaja was even confused. What is this? How can you appear in two places? And called his guards and said, is she there? Because she's saying she's also there. And the guards were so surprised to say, yes, she is here with us. And Maharaja understood it is no other than Devi who had appeared. And simply Mysore Maharaja poured on her whatever she asked so that they could build the Ammaniyamman Gopuram in Thiruvannamalai temple. Now we can experience the same thing when we experience the Nirvikalpa Samadhi, the third force that Bhagavan is preparing us again and again. All this power manifestation every single day, like how you do yoga for your body. When you do manifestation, you poke holes in your self-doubt, self-denial, self-hatred. Bhagavan says all your logic crashes down like how a piece of card tumbles down, and simply you know you are Paramashiva, you are consciousness, you are the reflection, you are the sun rays. Simply you can manifest any reality once you understand you are all omnipotence, omniscience, and self-effulgent. All the great truth is who you are. When you understand you're a frequency, your consciousness, you're not just the mere matter, which is not even the first force. So let's experience the higher reality by unclutching and continuously chanting the Mahavakya. Let's sit straight with the head, neck, and spine in a straight line. Intensely bring Paramashiva to your third eye. Constantly hold Paramashiva's words, thoughts, only that as your reality for few minutes. Absolute unclutching from everything that you know as a materialistic world, including your body, including the thoughts. How in the deep sleep you don't have any thoughts, any body, the seer and the seen is merged. You also go into the same space consciously. You fall into the Anandagandha instead of the unconscious sleep. Now that is the biggest tyaga, giving up your thoughts by you chant the Mahavakya deeply from your navel center, your whole being vibrating, which raises your frequency. To catch the frequency, you drop all your thoughts at Bhagavan's lotus feet by deeply listening. So when the frequency catches up, the higher reality simply absorbs you into the higher consciousness, making you experience the Nirvikalpa Samadhi even for few seconds. 3 to 4 seconds, it's worth than anything that we are doing the whole day. So let's start chanting the Mahavakya intensely to experience, to appear in the multiple place using our etheric body.
Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vani open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vani open up. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vani open up, manifest in all of us.
Paramashivoham, Paramashivoham, Paramashivoham,
Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eye. Om Jnananda Paramashivoham. 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 Om Jnananda.
So beautiful. Whatever you have experienced, now please call the other person and verify authentically what is that they experienced and what is that they can tell much more detail. As you written, it should match exactly what are the color dresses you're wearing or what actions you were doing that you wrote down should match exactly what you are doing in their place, at what place, in their living room, in the bedroom, in the hall, in the kitchen, and what is that you are doing if they're able to experience you in that reality, and simply you can share that detail at the end of the session. All this small exercise but profound exercise that Bhagavan has given us to make us understand how in the dream we are appearing in multiple places, multiple ways. We are quantum and it happens in a quantum way. We appear in parallel universe. We are happening in multiple ways. There is no past, present, future. There's everything which is happening right now. And we appear in all the lokas even now. Bhagavan beautifully says, when we are in the win-win situation, we are in Swargaloka. When we are ready to do the Tyaga, we are in the higher Loka, Satya Loka. And when we are living, Paramashiva is our reality. We live as Kailasha. In different logas, we already are there. When we become more prominent in the space that we experience, we are residing in that loka. The more and more you understand the higher science, higher reality, how you exist, who you are, the consciousness simply manifests in a higher dimension for you. You attract those kind of things. You attract higher beings, higher consciousness, and not just mere who fights and who gets into all the fears, but just getting attracted to and attract the higher dimension, higher forces of nature. What you reside, where you reside is very important. Which kasha is you? Bhagavan says, if you're living just in your body, you are the katakasha. You can expand to the chitakasha, where you understand you are much more and you at least occupy the house or the car that you are and feeling everything connected to you. If you can experience the Maha-Akasha, that everything in the world, in the universe is you, you experience the ultimate. The more and more we reside in Paramashiva, we get absorbed into the higher reality, understanding we are frequency. How the string, everything, string theory, everything is connected and everything can manifest in a higher dimension and show you as in body or show you the reality that you want as you want. It is all science as possible into our reality. That's what Bhagavan says, the science fiction movie. becomes reality when you perceive it and when you're able to cognize it, live it, and in your reality, it simply becomes the existential reality. So understanding you are stronger than the nuclear force. You are Paramashiva in your brain as your consciousness, holding that powerful space, and from that space manifesting the powers of Paramashiva again and again, holding that beautiful oneness space, the Tyaga, Paramashiva, sit as Paramashiva, chant the Mahavakya from your navel center with a deep listening. We'll have the second cycle. You can do this whole process again and experience the oneness with Paramashiva by chanting the Mahavakya, manifesting the power of etheric body appear in multiple places. Let's start chanting the Mahavakya with a deep listening.
Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Paramashivoham, Paramashivoham,
Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes.
Paramashivoham,
Let the Amrita pour,
Paramashivoham,
let the Vani open up,
Paramashivoham,
manifest in all of us.
Paramashivoham, 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 Paramashivoham,
Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Paramashivoham, Paramashivoham,
Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes.
Paramashivoham,
Let the Amrita pour, let the Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Paramashivoham, Paramashivoham,
Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vani open up, manifest in all of us.
Paramashivoham, 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 Paramashivoham,
Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
So beautiful. Please open your eyes, and whatever you have experienced from the powerful cognition, from satsang, from darshan, diksha, initiation, and whatever you want to share with the world, share with Bhagwan, thanking for all this. Share in tinyurl.com/power manifestation. You are manifesting power pages to see how people are experiencing Paramashiva, manifesting Paramashiva, living Paramashiva. All that we need to do is more and more sharing of Paramashiva that becomes reality in all of us. The simple integrity, simple obedience to Bhagwan. When He gives all these simple sciences, we can manifest the existential reality as consciousness. Now let's surrender all this powerful cognition, power manifestation to Bhagwan's lotus feet, and whatever you can contribute, thanking all of them who have contributed, and whatever you can contribute to Kailasha, you can click on the $ and offer your gratitude to Paramashiva, creating more auspiciousness, abundance in your inner space. Thanking all of you here, hundreds of you, creating the collective integrity of manifesting Paramashiva, Kailasha as our reality. Holding the powerful space, Paramashiva is real, and Paramashiva as my thought, word, and action, and seeing everything, everyone as Paramashiva, the powerful space. Holding that and ending the session with the Purna Mantra. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purna Purnamudashyate Purnasya Purnamataya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat Sarvam Bhagavate Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam Paduka Arpanamastu. Om Nithyanandam. Thank you so much. See you after the next satsang, darshan in Kailash Kotyar manifesting power session. Thank you, Nithyanandam.